So Velveteen Dream's going to be part of Takeover XXX. Well, the irony, tone deafness, and bullshit of this situation is not lost on me. I'm Joe Redlin with my review of WWE, NXT, and my Takeover XXX predictions. Because my enthusiasm for Takeover XXX, aka Takeover 30 to save a little time, boy, my enthusiasm dropped goddamn dramatically. Hey, Triple H, you didn't find any evidence? Okay, so you got some co-workers, Dakota Kai, Nia Jax, and Finn, and various others that have not come to the defense of Velveteen Dream, and I don't think they're working an angle. I really don't think they're working an angle because Nia has nothing to gain. Sure, Finn did that, little Photoshop thing for his match tonight, but a lot of people don't seem to fucking like him. And Triple H apparently thinks that, there's no evidence. We didn't see evidence of these allegations. We didn't see enough evidence to let this thing be pursued, so we're going to bring him back to TV. This is fucking tone deaf. This is fucking stupid. And this is looking really goddamn bad. I'm not surprised WWE is doing this because other wrestling companies have done bullshit and covered for others. Plenty. In this country and other countries. But my fucking God, this is really goddamn bad. I also didn't really enjoy this episode of NXT. And Velveteen Dream is really looking goddamn guilty here. Really looking fucking guilty. And once again, his co-workers aren't fucking defending him. You goddamn twat! Fuck! Why does he enjoy torching Dusty's creation? Yes, NXT was Dusty's idea. It was his vision. Yes, Triple H is taking credit for it. Triple H is taking credit for a lot of things that he didn't fucking invent. He really is like Vince McMahon 2.0, but he's the savior of wrestling. Fucking hell, he's not. Okay, let's get done with this review. Gargano with Candice versus Ridge Holland qualifying match. Winner gets in this 5-way ladder match. Really all that's, memorable about this, besides the fact that Gargano and Candice have enough personality to fill half a person, is the fact that Ridge Holland dropped Gargano on his head and neck in a power slam move. That looked really bad. I'm glad Gargano's okay. He did a run-in spot a little bit later, at the end, because we needed more reminders of WCW 2000. Holy fuck, that ending was bad. Yeah, Gargano, thankfully, was okay. He ended up beating Ridge Holland after a Candice distraction with one final beat. And that's pretty much it right there. Match wasn't bad. They did feature some women. I'm very happy they feature women. Dakota Kai versus Jessie Kamea. This is Jessie Kamea's third gimmick that she's had. But you know what? I think she's got some upside here. And Dakota Kai got an easy win. Jessie got in some shots. Yes, there was, unfortunately, a botch. But botches happen. That being said, I think she's going to get a lot better as time goes on, as she gets more screen time. And Dakota Kai needed the victory. Hit the GTK for the victory. And then Dakota talks about Io. And then Io shows up. They have a brief brawl. And they battle back to the curtain. And Raquel Gonzalez shows up and attacks Io. I have a question. How does Gonzalez sneak up on anybody? And that's not a shame on her appearance. She's statuesque. She's taller than all the other women. How does she sneak up on anybody, that is? So Io ends up getting taken out. Oh no, Dakota isn't going to do it on her own. She's going to have Gonzalez there with her. And I think we know what that's going to end up leading to. So we then get a Tegan Nox promo about Candice's friendship. And she says she's going to fix it. She's going to fix Candice. She doesn't want Candice to have kids. To be fair, Candice, in her personality probably isn't going to be good to have kids. That's mean. That's mean. I'm not going to apologize, but that's mean. It's just a wrestling character, not an actual person. And she deserves credit for having to put up with Joey Ryan for all those years. So we get Legado del Fantasma. I want to call him Lego del Phantasm. Versus Breezango and Swerve. I was only paying attention to this for Swerve. It's not that, the Phantasm group isn't talented. It's not the Breezango isn't talented. Fandango's arm got focused on. He had a sling recently and then got the shit beat out of him, but then somehow is okay now and just has something on his arm. I guess he recovered really quickly. I guess that local medical facility helped fix him. And Breeze got tagged when it looked like Swerve was going to get the victory, but he got sent into Breeze, and it was a tag even though it wasn't really a tag. And he hit one of his finishes on Escobar, but no, the ref's like, no, Breeze is legal. So Breeze gets in there, tags a few, tags Mendoza and Wild, and then gets hit with the Phantom Driver 1, 2, 3. So then we're going to get Wild Mendoza versus Lorcan and Birch versus Breezango, #1 contenders match for the tag team championships, or to face the tag team champions, on the pre-show. On the goddamn pre-show. So they're obviously going to push that to next week's TV. We then get Pat McAfee. Okay, cool. I keep forgetting if it's McAfee or McAfee, but McAfee. He is there with some of his cronies, some of his football cronies, and then the Undisputed Era is also there. Pat basically runs him down and says, you ran this place, you were champ for 403 days, and I knocked you out in a minute and a half. And doing, what he thought was a classic heel promo. To be fair, Pat is a passionate wrestling fan, so he is, you obviously can tell he loves what he does. But this, I'm not that sold on this match. That being said, hey, at least it's something different for Adam Cole. Cole at one point beating up the 3 cronies, taking on 3 men at once, and then says, I'm going to make you my bitch. Okay, cool. There we go. We get Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah with Robert Stone versus Rhea Ripley and Shotzi Blackheart. Glad Shotzi got her stuff back. Really, this is only noticeable because of Mercedes and Rhea. And it's nothing against Shotzi. Shotzi's fine. Aaliyah, I don't care about. And Robert Stone, if that's the best manager that they can get in WWE, at least in NXT, fucking hell. They need help. They need help if that's the best they can do. I'm not saying that he isn't being cast in a role, but fucking hell. Mercedes ends up getting powerbombed on the floor. A kidney-popping powerbomb on the floor by Rhea. Unless there was a crash pad edit, which I hope there was. And then Shotzi hits a Shotzi Senton and pins Aaliyah, the NXT lifer. And we get a Keith Lee crisscross package. Wait, that would have actually been interesting. A Keith Richards crisscross, combination. Actually, that'd be rather difficult because I think when a crisscross passed on, this got dark really quickly. Keith Lee and Karrion Kross with a pretty good video package with Metallica playing over. I'm excited to see their match. We'll see what they do. And then we get Dream versus Balor. Let me see. Wait. There. So what do I think of that fucking idiot winning? That's what I think of that. That's what I think of Triple H, who I've been a critic of for a while. So the match should have been a squash for Balor. If it had been anybody other than Dream, if it had been Kushida against Balor, I would have been perfectly fine with it. And Kushida could have done this kind of stuff, even though Kushida wouldn't have gone for this kind of victory, but the ref would have been down. They had a bunch of interference. They had a ref bump. They had a bunch of bullshit. Cameron Grimes is there on the ladder with the title. Then he gets knocked up by Gargano into the ring, into the ref. And then Gargano gets the title. And then he gets tag teamed by Reed and Priest, by a thick boy and a priest. Moving on. Then Dream ends up, getting the victory after Thatcher had attacked Balor. And there we go. That's pretty much the end right there. Purple Rainmaker 1, 2, 3. NXT deserves to have their ratings go in the goddamn toilet because of this, and I feel bad for the good talents, but fucking hell. This is offensively tone deaf. Fucking offensively tone deaf. This is really goddamn stupid. This is really goddamn stupid. It's almost as bad as the Riddle shit. Like, fucking hell. There are false allegations that happen, false accusations that happen, but just, there's a lot of smoke, there's a lot of fire. And they're really looking dumb with what they're doing here. And Velveteen Dream, if they have him win the North American Championship, you might as well just kiss the war goodbye. Because they fucking deserve to lose that. AEW ain't perfect. They got a lot of problem people there. God. Let's move on to TakeOver XXX, the predictions. So, that 3-way match that I mentioned for the pre-show. Wild Mendoza versus Breezango versus Lorcan and Birch. Lorcan and Birch will win. Because them facing Bartel and Eichner would actually be pretty good. I think it'd be a solid match. Wild and Mendoza eventually becoming tag team champions, I'm not against. Breezango is just there basically to take the pin. Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole. There's going to be a lot of interference with cronies and all that shit and everything, but Adam Cole is going to get the victory. Hopefully not longer than 10 minutes, because Pat, while a passionate wrestling fan and has trained, does not need to go that long. We do not need a Reggie White versus Steve Mongo McMichael 1997 WCW pay-per-view match. If you have not seen that, I think it was Great American Bash or Bash at the Beach 97. It was one of those two. Maybe it was Slamboree, but it was around that time. I forget exactly which one, but it went about 15 pissing minutes. Mongo in a match, when he's having the lead, is not a good idea. So moving on. Adam Cole winning. So, Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. Io, Dakai. I think that unless Gonzalez interferes and there's a ref bump and everything and Dakota wins dirty, Dakota does her dirty. Interesting thought. Io Shirai is going to retain here, and I'm not against Dakota winning. If Dakota wins, cool. I think Io, though, is going to retain, have a lengthy run with the title. Dakota will eventually take it from her after getting back up. Because otherwise, what do you do with Io? Do you have Io go up to, do you have her go to Raw or SmackDown? Do you have her beat Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship? Do you have her face Asuka? These are the questions that need to be asked, that is. But yeah, Io's going to retain, even though I wouldn't be upset with Dakota won. And then we get Bronson Reed versus Damian Priest versus Cameron Grimes versus Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream. Vel-15 Dream, if you will. The Sweet 16 of Vel-15 Dream. Ladder match for the vacant North American Championship. Dream should not win. Dream wins, throw title in trash, kiss the ratings goodbye. Gargano, don't really have a desire to see him as champion again. Grimes, I think Grimes is as good as a chicken shit heel. I don't think he needs a championship. It comes down to Priest and Reed. I would not be against Reed winning, but I have Damian Priest gain the victory here, and I think it's going to be a pretty damn fun match. And we'll open the show. So, Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett, North American NXT Championship. Yep, they're just tossing the North American Championship around, and they got rid of their main title. Karrion Kross is going to win here, because otherwise, what do? Do you have Karrion Kross lose, and do you have him go up? Because that's pretty, or, go to Raw or SmackDown, because after that, you don't really have anywhere to go. Same with Keith Lee. He's almost going to have to go up. They kind of wrote themselves into a corner here with these two championship matches. The ladder match, they can play around a little bit as long as Dream doesn't end up getting the victory. But they wrote themselves into a corner with some of this stuff. I think Karrion Kross is going to get the victory. I think it's going to be a nice 15 to 17-minute match. You have some good, good impactful moves with big lads smashing into each other repeatedly while Scarlett watches. And you get some interference. You could have Dijakovic come out and do something, but I think he's going to be doing his own thing, getting some retribution on everybody. Karrion Kross is going to get the victory. I'm not too confident, but Karrion Kross is going to get the victory. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. If Velveteen Dream wins, by the way, guys, I'm going to tell you I'm going to have a fucking scathing rant for that. Anyway, I'll see you soon.